Is it time for PlayStation 5? Let's find out. Hello, welcome to Streaming Deluxe. My name is still Mr. Orange, and today we're going to take a closer look into Sony Corporation, especially the company and their last earnings seasons. And we're going to ask ourselves a question that the end of cycle of the PlayStation 4 actually means that it's time for PlayStation 5. You would say yes, I would say yes too. Okay, let's go, my friends. Alright, Sony Corporation, here you see the dollar price of the stock, and it might be interesting to look at a much bigger chart here. We see from the up in September 2018 to now, the stock price was losing like 1/4, so 24.5%. And there was a recent drop from 8% after the earnings. But on the other hand, I also want to show you that actually from 2013, which was the lowest price since very long time for Sony, it was going up like over 5 times. So that's pretty a lot. But which is also here a little bit more interesting is to compare the Sony stock. The stock market price in comparison to the Nikkei. So that's the index for the 225 biggest Japanese companies, and there you can see this is here the Nikkei and this is Sony. So if we look, for example, we say now on 1 year, so Sony is now around 9.5% down, and the Nikkei is only 8.1% down. So actually Sony is now more down after this huge drop that you can see here than the Nikkei, the index, the Japanese index. If we look on 2 years, Sony is 40% up, and the Nikkei is 7.5% up. And on 5 years, of course, so the 5 years is for the Japanese market very important. Sony is still about, let's say, around 200%, and the Nikkei around 45% up. So overall, Sony was very lucky with the PlayStation, and also with some of the other products they have. They have, for example, mobile phones, they have TVs and other electronic products, but mostly they earn at the moment their money, let's say, in comparison to overall revenues, 1/3 comes from the PlayStation and from the games as well, so not only the consoles. Alright, so let's take a look again to the PlayStation 4. I'm sure all of you have a PlayStation 4, but most of you do not really think about, okay, the PlayStation 4 is coming from Sony. How is the stock of Sony going? Is Sony actually successful with it? Yeah, I have a PlayStation 4, therefore Sony must be filthy rich. Yeah, it's not that easy, let's say it. It's much more that I would say. You need a product, and after a certain life cycle, you have to invest again a lot of money, and this is what Sony is doing to renew this product, and this is what they're going to do with the PlayStation 5. And but the PlayStation 5 we remember the PlayStation 4 in the beginning when it came out. They were selling it, I think, under the production price or something. So let's check. So on December 31st, units were 91.6 million units of the PlayStation 4 were sold, and then they expect that now in this year that the 100 million units will be reached. So this is really a lot. So that's the most successful console ever sold then. And when was the release date? The release date of the PlayStation was in North America on the 15th November in 2013. And the PlayStation 4 Pro came then out in 2016, end of 2016, so there were around 3 years in between. Maybe very shortly we're going to talk about the earnings, so that's maybe important. So I found here an article on Yahoo investing.com. I put it here in the description so you can read it yourself. That the revenue forecast was lowered to 8.5 trillion yen, so $78 billion from 8.7 trillion yen. You would say, yeah, that's not a lot, but yeah, but this can mean an 8% drop in a stock. Then the PlayStation maker reported a net profit of 429 billion yen and an operating profit of 370 billion yen on revenue yen for the October-December quarter. But also in comparison, Nintendo slipped 4% amid the reports. The company cut its sales forecast for the Switch from 20 million to 17 million units. Also the Switch is lowering. What does it mean? Does it mean that people have less money to spend? Does it mean that everyone that wanted to have a Switch now has a Switch? Who knows? So yeah, PlayStation keeps making money, phones keep losing it. So PlayStation, it's like one third of the revenue from Sony come from the PlayStation. What I think is maybe interesting is to talk a little bit about the life cycle, because we could say that the market is saturated. Like everyone that wants to have a PlayStation 4 has a PlayStation 4, and there's so many people that even bought a PlayStation Pro after they already own a PlayStation 4. But I don't think that in the end most people are going to buy a PlayStation Pro. That is not going to happen. So we need a new PlayStation 5. This is very important. So, but on the other hand, I'm still impressed how much power they can get out of the PlayStation 4. So this is definitely also impressive. I have the PlayStation 4 now, just standing in front of me, and I know I'm not playing it a lot, but I think the games are pretty cool. So what are the life cycles? I found a very interesting IGN article. And I'm putting it also in the description of this video. And there it's interesting to see between PlayStation 1 and 2, 5 years, 3 months. Between PlayStation 2 and 3, 6 years and 8 months. So the life cycle went up over time. And between PlayStation 3 and 4, 7 years. So what is now going to be the life cycle between PlayStation 4 and 5? No one knows. It's an old article. So I would say, yeah, it's around 7, 8 years, 9 years maybe. The life cycle in general goes up, so 7, 8 years. And it feels like we can really very much expect announcement of the next PlayStation 5 soon. Is it going to be a games as service product? Is it going to be like gaming streaming? Is it going to be full console? Like the old ones, that's very difficult to say, but most analysts say or expect that it's going to be more or less it's going to be a normal console, and the games service, the cloud gaming is not yet so mature, so we still have to wait for this in the over next generation of consoles. I think this is very much possible, especially since the internet connection in the world, and even in the Western world, the countries that have a very high GDP, the internet connection is not everywhere so good, and so in every village, let's say, that you have a great internet connection. So this has to be changed first. So maybe we have to see more satellite internet or some other ways to really have broadband, high internet speed in every single part of the world. So only then, I would say cloud gaming makes for the Western world, Japan included, China included, of course, and other countries. So then it would make sense. Yeah, that is the stock of Sony, my friends, and I would say, is it now a good moment to purchase? I don't know. I'm not recommending to buy this stock, and of course I'm not a professional advisor. So I'm just some guy that makes YouTube videos about gaming stocks. So yeah, make your own research, make up your own mind. That's always the most important. And then do some more research on Sony if this is a stock that interests you. I mean, look at what we had in 2013. You had like $9-10 $9-10 for Sony. I mean, this would have been an amazing moment to buy, but who knows if this moment can come. And if you buy now here at 60, if you buy at 45, or even if you buy at 24, this can all happen again. I mean, no one really knows. So okay, yeah, no, it was in 2000 with the dot-com bubble, with the tech bubble. It was like crazy. Sony was, I think, at $150, so which is extremely crazy. So for me, it's a stock where I would take really good care. Even if you're a big PlayStation fan, is Sony going to lead the console war in the future? Is it going to be the most popular console in the future? It's very difficult to say. I mean, the PC is also winning parts back in the gaming industry. The Xbox is not doing so perfectly well, but or it's doing okay, let's put it like this. But yeah, it doesn't mean that the PlayStation 5 is also again being the best seller, the best console on the market. So be very, very cautious here. So I'm definitely not recommending to buy or not to buy. So base this on your own fundamental research, which is important. So this is my point of view, my short video about Sony, and I hope you got some information, some inspiration from it. And yeah, take care guys, see you.